No, it's very cool. I mean, obviously that's your latest single, "I Don't," featuring the dynamic, the brothers, the dynamic duo, Dubs in the house. Uh,
Mm.
and for some people, I don't know how much you felt this was a departure, or it was more of your own growth process musically.
Mm. It was. I'd say. I'd say it was more of a departure, less of the growth process. Well, I guess part of the growth process in that this is me just kind of doing whatever I want, because that is really what it is. And at the top of the year, I gave my label this PDF, and there's basically an outline for what I airplane. It was an outline for what I want this year to look like musically, visually, content-wise. Just kind of a blueprint to follow and run things by to make sure that it's all kind of in the uh, it's cohesive with my vision of what I want this year to look like for me and where I want my career to go. And there were concerns from the label like, hey, like you gave us this PDF and this song doesn't really fit it because in the PDF it's more of like a like an inspired by old Kanye, like R&B, very dark, very that kind of thing. Um, and and of course this is an EDM song. Um, but I was like, hey, listen, like this is a really, really good song. I really want to do a song with Dubs, and I just want to have some fun with it, and that's above any PDF or any plan that I could ever lay out. I just want to have fun with it.
I mean, how important is that level of, because you're obviously dealing with, major labels.
Mhm.
Uh, how important is it for you to have that level of input and be so hands-on, where a lot of times it's like, people trying to tell you what to do.
And very, very important to me. Creative control is a deal breaker in every contract that I've ever signed, um, especially the label and like merch deals and stuff like that. Like I always want to have final creative like veto powers if I can. Um, I was pretty hands off to be honest for the first couple of years of my record label. I was signed when I was sorry, my record deal. I was signed when I was 15, and I'd say until my last EP, which came out like at the end of 2020, I was somewhat hands off and kind of letting the label work out the visuals and like my signatures and stuff like that. Like there were a lot of things where I was kind of just like, all right, like I want to see what you guys are gonna do here. Um, and at the top of this year, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. Like I want to be in control of everything. So my sister and my sister is like she's like my ace in the hole.
No, 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 Johnny, she's a mini exec. Like
No,
everything I've watched of you,
she
it's
is.
like your sister is like within 5 feet.
Yeah,
She knows what's going down.
she knows what's going down, and she is so in tune with the social media world and just like contemporary topics that it's basically me and her, creating the entire persona at this point. Of course, with help from the label, but um, we kind of took that over, and I just want my music and this year to be as honest as I possibly can be, because I'm making an album at the end of this year, and what I'm talking about on the album has to be honest, or I'm gonna absolutely hate it, because I'm talking about my life. I'm it's kind of it's not like my last EP where I was talking about just like my development process, but of course there are going to be some topics like that on it, and if I'm not honest with that kind of stuff, it's just not going to work.
Right. We are going to get to later on. We're going to get to your fans, the quick six fan questions. And so if you got questions, hit them in there. But I'm going to throw out like what I call a random. This would have been the quick six questions. I'm going to throw one out right now. All right, Stan, I'm going to throw one out. I know you love cars because you just got your
I do.
driver's license long ago. I know you love cars. I'm going to give you an unlimited budget to purchase any car Johnny Orlando wants to buy, what car would that be?
That's a really tough one. Any car, I would probably have to go with a Porsche 918.
Porsche.
Yeah, I've wanted that car since I first saw it. Like I don't even, that's probably it. I hate to be like a supercar guy. I'm really not in like my wider taste, but like that car is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Or McLaren F1, the
Oh,
90s one.
well,
Yeah,
the McLaren is too. That's nice.
yeah.
You know, so we also got to send out congratulations because you got the Juno nod, right?
I did, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, the Juno nod for your the pop album. So that's exciting for you as well.
Mm. Yeah, that was a crazy morning when I found that out. I had to go to school after that and pretend like I was okay.
You know, how have you balanced it? You know, I mean, I think, a lot of times you see throughout the media and we see through the world of, these young kids thrown in there, but it just, to the social media world and, the music pop world. But how have you managed to balance it? And also really have a understanding of what your fans are going through as well. I think we just.
Sometimes not. Oh, sorry.
Did you hear that?
Are we back?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I did.
did you hear me? There's a little bit of freezing going on.
I did. Yeah. I think most of the time. Oh, wait, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
But yeah. You look like
Okay.
you're freezing a little bit.
Um.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're good. Honestly, most of the time, not very well. If I like, if I were to say like, okay, like I've work, school, and my social life, and sleep. Usually, I can only get 3 out of the 4 at the same time. Oh, hello. Hello.
Yeah. Now we're getting you definitely freezing.
Hello.
Yeah, Johnny, you're freezing the Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on. You got to talk to these LA people because we know they don't have Rogers down there, but yeah, something's going on with the Wi-Fi. Doing a
Wait, can you see
big
me now?
circle thing. Well, I'm freezing too. Oh, you
Hello.
moved. Hello,
Yep. I can hear you.
Johnny. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yep.
Before this interview is done, we're gonna go through every room in the house.
I know, eh?
We're trying to find the best Wi-Fi.
All right.
So,
Can
so
you hear me now?
I think, yeah, I think we can hear you now. Yeah, that's good. So, sleep was important to you.
Yeah, I can really only have 3 of the 4, like school, work, social life, and sleep, and I kind of have to choose. Um, and that kind of changes, I guess, from week to week. In January, I literally didn't sleep at all, but I got really good grades. Uh, I was working a lot, and social life was good, but I was getting like 3 hours of sleep, and then um, for the first like 2 weeks of February, I couldn't leave my bed for without getting like 10 hours, 11 hours of sleep. It was the strangest thing. Um, so that was it was a strange time. So I definitely need to always improve my time management skills and that balance. But um, it's really not as tough as it looks. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's an average. It's like good 8 hours. They say it's supposed to be good 8 hours.
Yeah.
All right, let's try that. Let's see if that Wi-Fi holds up. All right, I think we're good. So, I'm sure a lot of the world, what's happening now with they just, you know, delivered the verdict for one of the biggest trials, that we're going to see
Yep.
in a long time. the George Floyd
Mm.
decision, and everything else that's happening in the world. You know, is that starting to play into your music in terms of who you are and what you're dealing, what you're songwriting about?
Um, I'm not sure how much I've really
Did you
incorporated.
hear me? I think we just.
Can you hear me? Oh my goodness.
I think.
This Wi-Fi is
I don't know
this
if you'll
Wi-Fi is something
come back.
special. Can you hear me?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is just tripping on us,
Yeah,
man.
that's terrible. Okay. Okay, let's see if this is any better.
All right.
As far as songwriting goes, I haven't done much in the way of talking about of like world issues and stuff like that. I'm really not good at that kind of stuff, making it concise and making it impactful. Um, However, in my personal life, this last year has been profound, is a good way to put it. I mean, before then, like of course, I had uh, issues and causes that I cared about, but I didn't. I effectively didn't know anything. Um, of course, terrible things have happened, but so did you hear any of that?
Yeah, I heard some of it. It was going nice, and then all of a sudden, the LA Wi-Fi freeze. All
Sorry
right.
about that.
No worries. Okay. You know, what, I'm gonna try and get to a quick one of these questions. Okay. Can you hear me?
All right.
All right, let's
Yep.
go. So, yeah. Which subject would your parents say, "Oh, Johnny, we're so proud of you"?
Which subject in
Which
school or
subject?
in general?
Which school subject? Huh?
Uh, pro School subject. I got a
Yeah, I'll
oh,
which school subject would your parents say, "Oh, Johnny, we're so proud of you"?
I would probably say I got a 97 in grade 12 physics, which was that was a good moment for me. I got 100 on my final. I really like physics and bio, and I really don't like much else at school.
Oh, okay. Because it was a
So
two-part question. The
those two.
second part was, which course would your parents be saying, "Johnny, you know you could have done better"?
Any social science course because I just don't care. I I obviously care about what I learn about and stuff, but it's just the stuff that we're learning
No,
is
that's
so
tough.
basic in
All
high
right, you know what?
school
So I think we're gonna
that
to
it
the
I just
I love you.